The Elestrals Play Network, we have two different systems for ranking. We have one, which is ELO, and that shows you how well you stack up against other players of similar level. And you've got Divine Favour, which is based on a season. Now, Divine Favour is extremely broken for some people, and let's explain why. Favour is based on how many games you played and how well you positioned yourself in any given event that is hosted on the Play Network. This includes casuals and paid official Elestrals events. Now, this is where things get broken because you have to have a minimum of 5 people in the tournament with 3 or more total rounds. Now, this can be really easily achieved if you have a locals with a small player base. So, for example, you have 5 people at your locals and you can beat them over and over again. You just are a better player in general. You are going to play 3 rounds, to which you get match played of 5 Divine Favour each, which that's 15. You get 30 more for each win per match, so that's another 45 points in total. And then coming first, because you topped the event, you gain 100 Divine Favour. That is a lot of Divine Favour for a 3 rounds local.
Right, so let's go over this player in particular. It's nothing against the player themselves, it's just this shows how unfair the system is. They are currently sat in 5th place in the seasonal ranking, with a total of 10 matches played. And all they have played in is a Daybreak pre-release versus 10 people, well, 9 other people. They've played in a casual event with 8 people in total, and another casual event with 8 people in total. Now this is 3 rounds, 3 rounds, and 4 rounds. If you come first in each of these, that's a minimum 300 Divine Favour you gain. And your ELO changes very little. This is where things are broken, because a Divine Favour can get you rewards at the end of the season. And if you can just go to a locals with 3 rounds and win every single time, or even come second, that's a lot of Divine Favour very, very quickly. And it is extremely, extremely broken, especially if potentially the other players don't even exist.
Compare this to an official event, which is between 5 and 6 rounds, you get significantly less against a lot more players. With up to 36 players that played in the last tournament, you can get very little. If you went 5 and 0, you did really, really well. But if you didn't, you've gained hardly any points, and it's just unfair. What I mean by people that don't exist is you can sign up to the Play Network website using a fake name. You could put in a real address that is local to you and to your current local game store. They could be signed into and registered to play in the event and not turn up because they don't exist, and then you would not play against them and still get the win. Now, this would depend on your local game store, whether they would even attempt to allow this to be gotten away with, but how would you know? There's no way to know if any of this actually happens or not. I would like to think it doesn't, however, the system can be played in this way and really mess things up, especially since prizing is on the line. If you come in first place with your Divine Favour, that is 6 booster boxes, a promo, and a Frostfall in this current Season 0 full art uncut sheet. This is a massive incentive to cheat the system, and it's really bad if it does happen. I think the way to correct the system would be allowing Divine Favour to only be acquired from official events that are paid for through Elestrals themselves. This prevents any potential cheating at local game store level, which can happen, it's happened in the past with Pokemon, for example, but also would mean that people can still gain ELO, and ELO is used in normal rankings, and this just determines how good of a player you are on average rather than how many events can you turn up to in a given time frame to potentially get rewards. Remember, this is just my opinion. I think that the Divine Favour system is just broken in its current iteration and needs changing, because this makes everyone that doesn't have a locals in a significantly unfair advantage and potentially can be cheated really easily. So things need to be sorted.